Whew, I'm gonna be honest. Being a kingdom man has been one of the most challenging things I've ever had to do. And dare I say, it's not even fair. So that's what we're gonna talk about today, Kings. Being a kingdom man is not fair. Listen, when I accepted Christ into my life, I thought everything was going to be so much easier because I had God on my side now. Challenges wouldn't exist no more. Hurdles wouldn't exist no more. And boy, was I wrong, because becoming a kingdom man is actually the exact opposite of everything that we think men are supposed to be. Things that we are taught as children, that our fathers taught us, that society teaches us, that our forefathers taught us. Being a kingdom man is opposite of all of those things. So we're taught to be strong. I'm cool with being strong, but we're taught to be emotionally unavailable. You better not cry. You better dominate. You got to show your strength. You got to show your aggression at all times. And being a kingdom man is just not that. You want to know why it's not that? Because God is not like that. And being a kingdom man means being as close to God as possible here on earth. The reason it's so difficult is because most men can't detach from the way that we've been our entire lives and I understand it. I understand it, but the reality is all men are not called to be kingdom men. And kingdom men are held to higher standards because God had higher standards. So what are those higher standards that we just aren't used to, that we have such a hard time getting away from? Let's talk about that. God is so many things, yo. God is forgiving at all times. It doesn't matter what you do and how many times you do it, God will forgive you. God gives unconditional love in every single circumstance, because love conquers all. Even when Jesus was about to get crucified, Jesus said, do not retaliate against them, but love them instead. And most men cannot say that. God is gracious. God is merciful. God is slow to anger. God does not keep a record of wrongdoings. God is all of those things at all times. And most men can't say any of that stuff, that they are any of those things at any time. So that's why being a kingdom man is so challenging, because it is a higher standard of living than most men are used to, that we were used to. Most men became kingdom man because we tried to do it our way and we failed. We fell short. So instead of trying to do it under our own strength, we finally turned to God and said, God, it's time for us to do it your way. And that's where being a kingdom man comes from. Now, being a kingdom man, once you accept it, is so important. It's so important because, as I said in the last video, as a kingdom man, as a man of God, you are the foundation, you are the ceiling. Everything starts with you and everything stops with you. It means accepting a level of responsibility in situations where in the flesh you don't feel like you should be responsible. It means accepting that. It means forgiving people, even when you don't think in the flesh, in your human form, that you can forgive them. It means doing it. It means showing love and kindness, even in situations where you want to rage, where you want to tear everything apart, you want to cuss everybody out, throw middle fingers everywhere, tell everybody off. It means literally doing none of those things and instead leading with kindness and love. And honestly, I don't know how I do it every day. And actually, I do know how I do it every day. And that is through the strength of God. If it wasn't for God, I would not be able to do this. So that means every day, Kings, I pray for strength. I pray for wisdom. I say, God, I need help to be a kingdom. I need help to be as Christ-like as possible. So help me today. Help me resist temptation of all types. Temptation of my mouth, temptation of the physical. Help me be kind in every moment. Help me be gracious in every moment. Help me be loving to people that don't even deserve it. Help me be all of these things that you are, Christ, because you called me to do this. You chose me. So I have to. And it's so important because as kingdom man, once we start showing those qualities all day, every day to the people around us, it starts to trickle down to them. You start to see people around you become more kind and more forgiving and more loving and things like that. That's why it is so imperative that you do it. But the reality is every man ain't built to do this. Every man is not built to be a kingdom man. When you accept this role, you accept a whole nother level of accountability and responsibility that most men just can't handle. And true enough, God gave us all free will. You didn't have to accept the calling, but if you made it this far in the video and you still watching, it's because you have accepted the calling and you got a personal responsibility. to be the best kingdom man that you could be, even though it is hard and it's not fair. And it's not fair because sometimes I wish I could still be the same way I used to be, you know, not caring, not forgiving people, walking around with a chip on my shoulder, but I just can't be like that no more. I can't do it. It ain't in my spirit. It's crazy when you become a kingdom man, how God changes your taste palette for so many things. All the habits and stuff you used to have, you don't want them no more. You don't desire them no more. All of those things that got you into all of the mess that caused you to become a kingdom man, if that was your case, you just don't want them no more. And it sucks because, you know, I think the reason why I say it's not fair is because it's so easy to not be. It's so easy to not be a kingdom man, to not follow and abide by all of these qualities and try to be Christ-like. It's hard to actually do that every day, day in, day out, but it is our responsibility and we got to do it. So, you know, I'm just coming to let y'all know that we have a duty, we have a responsibility. And even though it's hard and it's not fair, we were called to, we were chosen to do this, and we have to do it. So anyways, if you like this video, if it was relatable to you, make sure you subscribe, share it, all that stuff. I appreciate y'all so much. And until next time, I'm out of here. God bless. I'll talk to y'all later.